Hello and welcome to my academy. Me Shubham Dubey have come here to teach you economics today, and in economics I will be talking about stock market and other segments in that. And the topic of today's lecture is agricultural reforms. But in our previous class, when we have discussed about the banking sector reforms, there was certain part which was left behind, and that part was stock market in India. I have told you the basics of stock market in the last segment of the class, but सुपरफिशियली और थोड़ा तेजी से हम आगे चलेंगे स्टॉक मार्केट को लेकर के, एंड दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फ्रॉम एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. नॉट जस्ट एग्जामिनेशन पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, यू मस्ट नो बिकॉज देयर इज अ लॉट अबाउट शेयर मार्केट, स्टॉक मार्केट एंड अदर स्टफ्स, एंड इट मेक्स अ पार्ट इन योर एग्जामिनेशन थ्रू फाइनेंशियल मार्केट्स. So we will be talking about this financial market, that is stock market in India. So let's start. First thing is the capital market, which I'll be dealing today. The capital market is a market which is a place where different financial instruments are traded between different entities. You know it really well. Just give me a minute. See, capital. Capital can be of two types. One is physical and another is financial. When we talk about physical, the physical capital can be the infrastructure. Apart from infrastructure, in infrastructure if we include जो आपका घर है, that is what? That is a physical capital. The gold you are having is again a physical capital. The car you are having, the bike you are having is again a physical capital. Wherever when I talk about financial capital, the financial capital is a piece of paper piece of paper which has some promise that it will give back some sort of money or some sort of return to you after a certain period of time. So financial papers, if I talk about, or financial market if I talk about, to be precise, in the capital market segment, because we will be dealing with this financial market. This financial market is a kind of government security, private securities, that means bonds or shares. All these make a part in the financial market. So when I will be dealing with, there are two types of capital market. One is primary market and another is secondary market. In primary and secondary market, the trades have been done between two different entities. For example, there are different entities like A, B, C, D, E, F. All these people are investing or buying or purchasing or selling in different markets with different source of income and levels. I hope this is clear. Next to it, what are these two markets, which are primary market and secondary market, and how we will be dealing with it? I'll tell you. Sometimes the question can be asked over, like with a statement based question can be asked, because so many companies have issued their IPO, that is initial public offer. That makes sense in your examination, even it has been asked in your examination at the same time. So whenever a market issues fresh securities rather shares in the stock market, it is called IPO. When a company for the first time, see, in this market, companies issue their securities for the first time to public investors. That is called IPO. IPO का full form क्या है? Initial Public Offer. This initial public offer is usually issued in the primary market, which is a new issued market. Whenever for the first time securities are being made public for the investment purpose, it is in the primary market. Here, the securities are sold by companies to the public, which I just told you, and the prices of securities are fixed. Remember, here no demand and supply wala or market mechanism वाला role. Here the role is of company. Company fixes the price. For example, company पहली बार अगर अपने share डाल रही है share market में, तो what they can do is they can even start the share from ₹10 or from ₹100. Most of the companies, when for the first time they start their IPO, it ranges in between ₹50 to ₹100. For example, अभी जैसे टाटा टेक अपना IPO लाने वाला है, तो it is still in the grey market. सॉफ्ट लैंडिंग हो रही है और भी चीजें हो रही है, तो डेफिनेटली द शेयर विल माइट स्टार्ट फ्रॉम ₹100 और ₹200 एट द सेम टाइम. ठीक है. अब पर्पस क्या होता है? इसका पर्पस होता है कि जो फंड होता है उसको रेज करना बाय द कंपनीज फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टर्स फॉर अ लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट. थ्रू दिस व्हाट हैपेंस, फॉर एग्जांपल मान लो एक कंपनी है, फॉर एग्जांपल मान लीजिए माई एकेडमी ही है. ठीक है. My Academy has been started for say the initial investment has done by the owner with ₹1 crore. With the 1 crore investment for a particular period of time, the institution has run. For example, it has run for 3 years, and thereafter, after 3 years, to run the institution in a more proper and to make more branches for better reach, the institution needs more funds. So what this institution can do? This institution can open its IPO, that is initial public offer, or it open itself for investment through whom? Through public or investors. Now we got A, B, C and D, 4 different investors. This company will issue some offer to these investors. For example, 2 investors got interested. So these 2 investors will make an investment for say of ₹2 crore. When these investors are making ₹2 crore investment in this particular company with certain valuation of company, certain percentage of share of the company will be given back to this A and B. कहने का मतलब ये है कि इन्होंने ₹2 करोड़ इन्वेस्ट किए और कंपनी इसमें से कुछ परसेंट ऑफ शेयर ए और बी को देगी. तो इसमें क्या हुआ, कंपनी की ओनरशिप जो सोल ओनरशिप थी वो अब 3 लोगों के बीच में आई और सर्टेन परसेंटेज ऑफ शेयर इन दोनों लोगों के पास है. बट इन दैट प्रोसेस कंपनी को बेनिफिट क्या हुआ, उनको 2 करोड़ की इन्वेस्टमेंट मिली विच दे कैन यूटिलाइज फॉर बेटर एस्पेक्ट ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री. क्लियर? So see, what are the major points of primary market, which I just told you? It's a new issued market. The market companies issue their securities for the first time through public investors, IPO. I have just told you. The securities are sold by companies to public. That I told you. And the prices of securities are fixed by companies. Thereafter, it is the source of raising funds by companies from investors for long-term investment, because when the investment is made, it is with the company only, and company can utilize the funds for a number of times. And there is no geographical location for such trading. That means company will make it open for people and people will invest directly in the company. There will not be any platform like we see the platform like Sensex. We see the platform like, this is a parameter, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, MCX and other different stock exchanges we see. These play as a platform in the secondary market. So what happens with the secondary market? It is a market of existing securities which are bought or sold. For example, for say Abhishek is having shares of Tata Group. He is having 30 shares of Tata Group. What Abhishek does, for example, if each share is of ₹1350, but Abhishek wants to sell it at ₹1400. Here comes 3 to 4 investors. For example, Priya, Supriya, Tanupriya. So all 3 Priya. So what will happen? Tanupriya says, I can just pay ₹1350. Priya says for 4 shares, I want to buy 4 shares. Priya says I can pay 1400 and I want to buy 10 shares. And thereafter, Supriya says I can pay 1450 rupees and I want all 30 shares. So what this shareholder will do? The shareholder may sell his all 30 shares to Supriya for getting the better benefit. Why? Because she is paying the maximum amount to Abhishek for the shares. Are you getting it? So Abhishek got a extra profit of 100 rupees on each share, apart from the profit he will be getting by selling the share. Then securities are sold by an investor to another investor. Here what is happening? They are not selling it to any public or any company. They are selling it to the another investor, and the price is based on demand and supply that I told you. So few takeaways from here. It is based on demand and supply. Investor to investor वाला गेम है यहाँ पे, ठीक है. और यहाँ पर क्या है? एग्जिस्टिंग सिक्योरिटीज की बात है, ठीक है. क्लियर? Let me write it again for better understanding. First thing was what? Demand and supply. Second thing was existing securities. Third thing was what? Investor to investor. So these were the 3 things. Apart from it, what it does, it provides liquidity to existing securities. अब यहाँ पे point liquidity से क्या मतलब है? Availability of funds. Very right. Availability of funds से सीधा मतलब ये है कि on your demand, on your requirement, you can easily sell or purchase the share, and this will give you money instantly in a way. It also reflects the performance of the company. अगर शेयर मार्केट अप जा रहा है या सिक्योरिटीज के प्राइसेस अप जा रहे हैं, that means the performance of the company is good. अगर वही प्राइसेस डाउन जा रहे हैं तो performance of the company is bad. अब एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट समझने की कोशिश करना. जब भी बजट आता है, whenever budget comes, if government has some plans of loan waiver, तो क्या होता है बजट में? शेयर मार्केट क्या होगा? अप जाएगा या डाउन जाएगा? If there comes loan waiver, तो शेयर मार्केट will go up or will go down? Just tell me.
Down.
Why?
Because now loan waivers so availability of funds can also support.
No. In last class, what I have taught you? I have taught you NPA, non-performing asset. आप connect it with NPA in a way, not directly NPA but connect it. लोन कौन देता है? बैंक्स देते हैं. अंडरस्टैंड इट प्रॉपर्ली. अब क्या होगा? अगर लोन वेवर होगा तो लोन किसने दिया था? तो किसका प्रॉफिट कम होने के चांसेस हैं? किसकी परफॉर्मेंस बेकार होने के चांसेस हैं? तो अल्टीमेटली क्या होगा? बैंक्स के शेयर क्या होंगे? डाउन होंगे. दैट विल लीड टू डाउनिंग ऑफ शेयर मार्केट टू सम एक्सटेंट. अगर वहीं पे दूसरी तरफ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए एक बड़ा फंड गवर्नमेंट ने कर दिया, ठीक है. फॉर एग्जांपल मान लो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के लिए 6 लाख करोड़ का प्रोविजन कर दिया. व्हाट इट विल डू? क्या शेयर मार्केट डाउन होगा या अप होगा? क्यों? Because it is increasing what? It is increasing the capex in the market, and this will lead to what? More demand with the companies, and companies need more supply, and this will make their performance better. So this is optimistic in nature. So whatever is optimistic in nature from market point of view will increase the share market. For example, if the rupee gets stronger, then also the share market will go up. So key points are performance, key points are performance, and performance के बिहाफ पे just a minute. So on the behalf of performance of the companies, the share market and stock market prices go up and down at the same time. ठीक है? अब performance कई तरीके से मेजर की जाती है. It's not just the how company is performing currently. Now you should understand the performance measure can be on different parameters. First of all, companies present year performance. Then the point why I am emphasizing on performance, ताकि आप ये समझ सके कि किसी कंपनी में कब इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए और कब इन्वेस्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. Based on their present year performance, thereafter past year performance, and then for next 3 years, what are the projections and future of the company. For example, when COVID pandemic came, most of the manufacturing and service sector industries went down with going down of the share market, but there were few sectors of the service sector and manufacturing sector which were booming at that time. Which were those sectors and where if you would have invested, you would have got much profit. So tell me few sectors जो कोविड के टाइम पे भी बूमिंग में थे, कोविड के टाइम पे भी अच्छा काम कर रहे थे. सबसे पहली चीज, कोविड के टाइम पे सबसे ज्यादा क्या खिलाई जा रही थी? फार्मेसी, द फार्मा सेक्टर. अनदर, हॉस्पिटल सेक्टर, द बिग हॉस्पिटल कॉर्पोरेट्स. Third is the telecommunication sector. टेलीकम्युनिकेशन सेक्टर क्यों? बिकॉज पैंडेमिक आई, पैंडेमिक के आने पे क्या हुआ? पूरा भारत बंद हुआ और सबको टिकटॉक बनाने के लिए, इंस्टाग्राम पे रील्स बनाने का पूरा मौका मिला. दैट लीड्स टू व्हाट? यूज ऑफ मोर इंटरनेट सर्विसेज ऑफ कंपनीज. जिसने क्या किया? कंपनीज की परफॉर्मेंस को और अच्छा किया और कंपनीज को और रेवेन्यू जनरेट किया. दैट लीड्स टू परफॉर्मेंस इटसेल्फ. क्लियर? So it reflects the performance of the company. Again, it is an organization which facilitates trading of securities of listed companies. Do you know which organization we are talking about? Or which one? It is SEBI or it is stock market? Which facilitates trading of securities of listed companies? Yes, SEBI regulates this. Clear? Thereafter, the Security and Exchange Board of India. It is what? It is regulator of both the markets. That is capital market. That means who regulates both the market? Primary or secondary? Who is the boss? SEBI.